Hey, what's up my fellow Mechanoids? So today we are doing a Photoshop tutorial. I'm going to be teaching you guys how I make my overlays and what it takes to do them. You're going to need a couple of things. You're going to need a screenshot of the game that you're going to be playing. You guys are going to need some styles, unless if you want to kind of freehand it and do whatever you want to do. That's completely up to you. Try to have some patterns on the side if you can, if that helps you any. But we'll go ahead and get into this. I don't want to take up too much of your guys' time rambling. So starting out, what I like to do is I got a couple of different styles that I haven't used ever, and I want to make them work. So I want to see what these look like first. So I'm going to make a box, and we're going to kind of fill this box in. But we need to start a new layer. Okay, so I'm going to fill this box in, and I'm going to click that. That looks kind of cool. So that could be like an outside layer. Then we got this one. That one's more of a glassy fill, so we can be creative if we think about a couple of things. That looks wicked. That looks pretty cool. I give that props, but I don't think we'll be able to use that. But hey, that's going to help with some future tutorials on thumbnails. Okay, because that has a couple of different things that I want to show you guys you can do. But we'll probably be using this one and this one the most. So if you guys want to get your hands on this style, please let me know, and I will make sure you guys can. Alright, so we'll go ahead and delete that layer. Now, I want to go ahead and use this glass layer, so this glassy feel. So we're going to come up here. I want to make like a hub type of thing. I don't know how to necessarily explain it, but it's going to look kind of techy. Okay, so it's simple, but it's not simple. It's simple for the eyes to perceive what's going on. So we need our ellipse tool. We need to create a new layer. We need to make sure that this is not on fill. We're going to want this to be about 9. So just kind of come here, hold shift, go and do that. And it doesn't really matter the size right now because this is all about to be filled in. So once you do that, you got your ellipse. You want to go up here to edit. You want to go to free transform. You want to hold shift, come down here to the bottom right. Make sure that you have the diagonal arrows. Kind of shift that down to size. Make sure not to hold shift like I just did. You want to make it a little bit bigger until you get all those angles, and you want to make sure it's like on the outside. You don't want it to block anything from the viewer's eyes for whatever you're doing this for. And there you go. That is the simplest way I can put that for you. Now, once you do that, you want to come down here, get rid of the stroke. Now we're going to fill this because we want to. And we want to put this glassy effect on it. Now that's a lot. That's a lot going on there. Okay, so I want to turn that down just a tad bit and make it look like it's supposed to be there. Okay, now I do want to keep that stroke. I decided just now that I want to keep that stroke. Wait, nope, it didn't matter if we had that stroke or not. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate this layer, go and add that stroke that I wanted to add. So let's get off these effects. Let's turn off these effects. Then we got this. We want to turn off the fill and add a black. But we don't want it on the top. We want it on the bottom. That is what I was looking for. So that's kind of how I did that. And if you guys want to see how that looks, here, I'll zoom out for you. That looks pretty, you know, smooth. It's smooth, it's clean, it's nice. You don't want to add too much. If you add too much to things, then things start to get sloppy and nobody's wanting to look at it. Okay, because it catches the eye and it says, wow, this person actually went into detail. Okay, so now if we wanted to, we can go and do this, which is what I'm planning to do, or we can do that. I like this one better. Okay, so we have that effect kind of going around there. Alright, so now we're going to kind of come down here to our health and armor. You want to go, and if you want to make a cool effect, and try to keep, you want to try to keep everything about the same throughout the whole video, or not video, but overlay. And if you have a video, then you know how important that is, because they're going to be looking at the same video over, and they're going to have time to sit there and say, well, this doesn't look right, and this doesn't look right, and it's just really, you want to take your time. So I'm going to do a kind of, keep in mind this is for the class overlay, so we're going to come through and do about like that. Okay, that looks as good as that's going to get. Okay, now that's good. All right, I want to free transform this, and I know it's like, well, you just moved it. Well, there's a lot of reasons I just moved it. Let's see, we got that. I need to move this downward. I don't want, there we go. Boom, that's what I wanted. Okay, so we want to keep this layer. We know that, so we're going to duplicate it. Duplicate layer. Then you want to go over here, go ahead and add that glassy effect to that one, and add our steel effect. And we're going to go over here to our rectangle tool, make sure to fill that in, get rid of that. Again, if you don't do anything about this, it's going to look really overwhelming. So we want to see how much we did that one for. So we did 65, so, and that looks pretty good. I think this was on bottom. Was this on bottom or top for this part? This was on top. Alright. And again, it just gives it that clean, you know, look. It gives it, okay, this looks nice, you know, type of look. Alright, so if you want to do this effect, you know, I'll make sure to link you guys to the style. Just make sure to give the owner of the style credit. Okay, that's all you have to do. The style's free upon that. Alright, so again, you're going to want to take your rectangle tool, kind of bring it down like this. About like that. We're going to want the stroke, so we want to be able to see that stroke. We want to turn that off. We want to bring that down. Boom. Okay, about right there. So add that, add our steel looking effect. Move that all the way down because we know it's going to be on the bottom layer no matter what. Duplicate it. Okay. Come over here, fill the layer. Go do that. And turn off the stroke. Make it glassy. And we want 65. Now, let's see how this looks. One problem with this one. Okay, no, I think it's good. So, again, looks clean. Smooth as can ever be. Now, we need to do the top left and right and well, top left, and I want to go ahead and get that organized. So let's go ahead and do this. I'm going to kind of go a little bit faster on this part because I've been talking throughout these parts, and I'm going to do something real fast because this kind of is bothering me, this whole entire mess. So I'm going to kind of just do this. And we're going to add these into groups. We know the ellipses go with each other, so we're going to put that one in first and this one in second, and then switch their spots. Alright, group 2 is ellipses, and alright, that all looks good. Okay, doesn't really matter what's in those files, so alright, we want to do this a second time, so we want to take it about right here, build it off of this, and just kind of, that was perfect. That was, again, perfect. Alright, so we're on a duplicate. Steel effect needs to be on bottom. And we want the glassy effect on that one. Add that. Okay, 65. Wait, I didn't. Oh, okay. I'm not okay with that, but okay. Alright. Again, smooth, clean, organized. Why can't I zoom? I don't know. Okay, there we go. Pretty smooth looking so far, so we'll go up here, do this effect to the top left. Let's go ahead and just kind of put it like that. Okay. Now, I just thought of something. We do need to bring this side out a little bit more because some of the titles are pretty big. But for the most part, that's good size. We need to put these in a group before I forget. So let's go ahead and add this one and this one. Let me look at it real fast. Yep, looks right. All right, so we got group number 4 can be moved down. All right, so we got that layer. We want to duplicate. Okay. And we want to do that to our layer. Then we want to make sure it's 65%. And a lot of this is repetitive, I know, but it's once you get it down, it's more like muscle memory. And this is one thing I do all the time. Okay, so you just kind of get used to doing things repetitively whenever it comes to overlays. But this is overall the overlay. Okay, now it comes into the more touchy basis stuff that I hate doing, but you have to do it whenever you do these type of things. Alright, so we're going to come here, add these in there where they're respectfully supposed to be. Yeah, fun part. Okay, so we need to go through here, find the ellipse one. We're going to come here, make sure it's the one that's filled. Obviously, it's a fill layer. Select. Select all? No, I don't. We need to select this object. I forget if I can... Okay, we're not going to do it that way then. We have to do it the hard way. Yay! Okay, so what's going to happen is we need to go around. I want to make a kind of fine outline of all of this. So, if you guys don't understand what I'm saying, okay, you have to make an outline around the whole entire thing, especially, well, for the way I'm doing it. You guys don't have to do this, but it's recommended if you want it to look, kind of cool, and just kind of add a little outline to all of this and make it look like it's a gadget or something, So we're going to come over here, fill this all in. Okay, so we have all that. Now, it's simple for us to just go and get these boxes. These aren't the hard parts. You just kind of come around, get the boxes, make sure it's on point, make sure to hold shift for your straight lines, then come up here, do that, do that, do that, do that, and there you go. That part's the easy part. It's this ellipse, this sphere, as you could say. Now we want to bring that up here. Now we want to zoom out all the way. I'm going to take just a brush tool, kind of go over all of this. Now I want to change the opacity to this because I can't see. We want an eraser. We want the hard down eraser is what I call it, or the heavy duty eraser, and just kind of come in here and make sure that all of this will be on the bottom. But that's what we wanted to do. I hate doing that. I don't know why. It's just one of my things that I hate. Oops, I put it in the layer. I put it in the layer. So once you do that, just kind of bring the opacity back up, add the effect you want to add. And I think I'm going to do... What do I want to do? I want to change the color of this. So I'm going to go in here, go to blending options. First off, we're going to need to change the inner glow because those are always annoying. We're wanting ours to be white because I'm wanting to change it to black. So we're going to go over here, put this to black. And let's do gray. And like I said, just keep it smooth. Outer glow, just kind of keep that the same. And you get this nice looking effect. It looks professional, it looks bubbly, it looks amazing in my opinion. But everybody has their own opinions, so I want to change the stroke on this, the opacity to be a little bit like that. There we go. Contour, do I want contour? Does that change anything? No, it doesn't. So we want this to be a new style because we don't want to just do this to one and then just leave it alone. So bring that up. Alright, so we need to create a style down here. Now, that was the hard part. This is the easy stuff. And then we have the name to do, and if they want to go and add a Facebook or something like that, I will make sure you guys know where it's as easy as you guys taking the layer, selecting the colors, and just kind of, oops, I didn't mean to do it that way. Make sure to create a new layer, come down here, and just kind of scribble that all in and just do that. Simple as that with the rest of this. The hard part's pretty much out of the way. Again, just kind of do an outline. And do it like that. Take a new layer, fill it all in, and make sure to deselect and zoom out to see how everything looks. And so far everything looks nice and fine, looks very smooth, very, soft, as you can put it. And what I mean by soft, I mean you can look at this and be able to say, okay, it's not overcrowding you. A lot of overlays today is overcrowding you, and it's like, okay, I need to get away from this. No, I want to do something else. This you will have to know how to mask. Or you can do this tool right here, which is pretty simple. But for this next part, let's go ahead and get this started. I want to go ahead and make a design here. So let's go ahead and do that. Let me bring these up because it bothers me whenever they're not. Bring a layer just kind of like this. Make it kind of look smooth. Kind of like I screwed that up. And just kind of bring it down some, just kind of be creative. I think I made it too big, but we can always move it down. Just kind of mess around with it. I know I keep on going all over the place. I want to just do a boxy effect because that's kind of what we've been going with, and I want to kind of stick with that. So we're going to bring that up, bring this all the way down. We want to bring that down. Okay, so once we do that, I want to add more to this. We want to subtract from here and bring it up. And then subtract from down here about right there and bring it up. Oh. And we want it to be a little bit different. So once you do that, just kind of once you get the idea of what you want to do, just kind of scribble it in, deselect, add that layer. Now, I screwed up. Hold on. Let's go right here and just kind of smash that down. No. Okay, let's just do it this way. And bring that about right there. And just kind of erase that because that's bothering me. Okay, so now we look at this and say, okay, what can we do from here? Alright, so you're going to need to go to your typing tool. You're going to find a font that you want to use. I don't have any fonts right now that I really want to use, but we'll use my hacked font because I like that font. Then you want to take and you want to click. You want to make sure you have the horizontal type mask tool. You want to go up here to your font. Make sure you have a font. Then you want to change the size. I'm going to do about 60 pixels. 72. Let's see. Okay, 72 should work. Get it lined up where you want it to be. I want mine about right here, so I'm going to put my Mechanoid Dragon. Okay. You should be able to move that around. But we're not going to do that. We're going to create a new layer. We're going to first erase it from our original layer, which is layer 4. We want to do this. Now, you want to take that layer, next layer that you made. You want to come over here and just kind of go over top of this like that. Alright, so this is kind of what you should have. And add that glassy feel to it. Okay, and again, make sure it's about 65. We don't want to overcrowd it, you know. And that overall looks pretty smooth. Okay, so far. I want to add a little bit more. So we're going to come up here, kind of bring our polygon tool or straight line. Kind of bring that like that. And do that. I want to erase that from our original layer. Kind of put a new layer right there. Fill that puppy in. Go and click our glass tool, 65%. Well, these ones I want a little bit more crystal clear, just because. Now, this type of stuff adds character to your overlays. When you do stuff like this, it makes your overlays different from everybody else's. If everybody did this effect, then everybody would have this overlay. Okay, but if you want to be creative, you have to make sure to add your own special stuff in your overlays. And that's what I see people not doing anymore, is you see all these overlays and they almost all look identical. And it's like, dude, okay, everybody's doing that style. Try something different. Don't be afraid to be different. Okay, there's not a problem with you coming in here and trying to, you know, put your own stuff in here. It's just, it makes you creative, it makes you awesome. It makes you your own person. And remember that. So that's the overlay, guys. That's how I want to start some of my designs. Maybe not exactly with how I did the glass feel. I don't like how this looks right here, so I'm going to just kind of fill this back in. Just kind of fill this in, see if this does anything to how I feel about this. Change the, where's it at? Where is it? Is it this one? Yep, it was that one. I want to, no, where's it at? Where's it at? I don't know. We'll just go in here. I think it's this layer, ain't it? No, it's not. There it is. But I need to add something to this real fast. Okay. So it's this layer. I want to just bring the... There we go. I don't know. I think it's would be looking better if it was a different font. But for the most part, guys, thank you for watching. If you liked my tutorial on how to do an overlay for any type of game, it doesn't matter, you know, what type of game it is, this is a pretty nice overlay. If you want to give that kind of glassy feel, if you want to be creative, just remember that. Be creative, be yourself, be, you know, have that creative mind and make sure that you remember, you know, to be creative. So thank you guys for watching. Make sure to click that like button to show your support, and I will try to get these videos out as fast as I can. I want to do all kinds of different ones, giving you different tutorials, or even potentially different ideas, and how to do those effects, and so on and so forth. Thank you guys for watching. Stay awesome. Now see